It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Sly Fox Beer, and it's a can of their 360 IPA coming in at 70 IBUs at 6.2% ABV. Why have they called it 360 IPA? It's in one of those 360 innovative cans. So, what do I mean by this? Well, watch. Wow. See the size of the lid? With the opener. And then look. So really, this can either be used to be poured out into a glass, which I will do because we're reviewing the beer, or I suppose if I was not reviewing the beer, and I was out on a beach or in a park or on the bus or a train or wherever, I could drink it out of the can because it kind of replicates a pint glass almost. Looks great. We will get it in a glass. I wonder how it's going to pour. That would be my one concern. Does it pour okay with such a large opening? And there's your answer. Absolutely. Pours great. And doesn't that look great? A lovely 2-finger, slightly off-white head with a nice, great carbonated look to the beer. It's slightly hazy. And it's an amber colour. So, aroma then on this 70 IBU beer from Sly Fox. Yeah, it's a punch in the face with hops, it really is. It's a tiny bit of something lurking around, and I won't say what it is until I've tasted the beer. I want to be able to confirm it with a taste, but maybe it's just the way the hops are kind of being profiled in the aroma. The hops are Bravo, Cascade, Centennial and Lemon Drop hops. Perhaps it's the Lemon Drop hop that's giving off, dare I say it, I will say it, a slightly boiled cabbage aroma. Let's see if that follows through in the taste. Cheers. I'll give it one thing, it's really hoppy. Bam, boom, bing. Lovely, bitter, bold taste. Lots of grapefruit, lots of mango, lots of peach, lots of citrus. But I was right. I was right, and it is a little bit unfortunate. It's a massive IBU beer, there's lots of bitterness on the back end. Lots of grapefruit, it's still pulling now, it's pulling, it's pulling, it's pulling, it's pulling, that's great. It's a dry hop beer, you're going to get that. But being a beer reviewer and being an honest beer reviewer with you guys, I'm going to say it's a little bit boiled cabbage. And if you've judged, guys, if you're watching and you've judged, or you're a brewer, or if you're a home brewer, or if you just read lots of books, then you'll know that boiled cabbage. There's a term for it. I think it's sulfate. It's a sulphury taste in the beer. And if I was judging now, I'd put a mark against that kind of cabbagey taste, because it's an off flavour. Whether you love all them bitter hops, them lovely grapefruity, punchy, kind of great tastes in the beer on the back end, what it doesn't have at the beginning, you should expect a lovely sweetness of the beer, lovely malty taste. You don't get that. That's been replaced, unfortunately, with a bit of boiled cabbage. And if I'm completely honest also, it's slightly butterscotchy. Ever so slightly butterscotchy. What's difficult is you cannot get a complete reflection of the butterscotch or of the cabbage, that boiled cabbage, because the beer's been so damn heavily hopped. It's 70 IBUs. There's plenty of hops in this beer. So on the one hand, you've got this lovely flavoursome beer on the back end, but it's masking a multitude of problems underneath all of that. If this was a best bitter or a premium ale at 6.2% ABV, and it had, let's just say, an English or a German style level of hops added to the beer, you would be picking all of these problems out easily. You would say it's a little bit of diacetyl, a little bit of butterscotch, a little bit of cabbage. But you may not get it, and I mean this in the nicest possible way. Pardon me, if you're a new beer drinker to beer, and people say, try this, it's really hoppy, you're just going to concentrate on the hops and how bitter the beer is. But as a professional beer drinker, as I like to regard myself these days, yeah, it's masking a multitude of problems underneath all of that lovely hop profile and taste. It's diacetyl and it's cabbage, boiled cabbage. I'm not going to pour it down the sink. I'm going to take it away and drink it. Because I'm just going to turn my mind off to it. I'm just going to pretend that my palate, or try and turn my palate down a notch or two and just concentrate on them hops. Why? Because I love hops. But I want to think that maybe it was just a problem with my can. It was just the can that I had. And what I suppose I'm saying is the beer it's not undrinkable. It's not an undrinkable beer. It's just to the trained palate, you're picking up these problems in the beer, these issues that shouldn't be there. But, as I say, with the amount of hops in the beer, it can be easily forgotten. Am I making sense? Should I be pouring this beer down the drain? In principle. Let me know. Rating. Now again, if I was at a beer festival or if I was at a judging competition, I would have to be honest with this beer, and I would have to be honest on paper. and I would score it very, very lowly with the diacetyl and with that boiled cabbage. So unfortunately, even though it's got a magnitude of fantastic hops in the beer, I cannot give it any more, and it's a low one, than a 4 out of 10. It's a 4 out of 10 for Real Ale Craft Beer. I am very sorry. I hope it's just my can. I hope it might be just a batch problem. I'm sure Sly Fox won't be hanging around and just letting this problem go by the wayside. I'm sure they're working on it. I'm sure they've had some feedback already. But thanks for watching. Put your comments in the comments box. Please subscribe to our daily beer reviews, and cheers.